everybody, welcome to Pop Dojo, the channel where we like to talk about things you want to hear. My name is Grdo,
Zaya,
and I'm Husky.
And today we're going to talk about Rogue One.
Well, amongst other things.
We're going to really talk, we're going to get into meat and potatoes about Rogue One. This is important. It's a very important film about, actually it's really not that important.
It's a pretty big film. As a matter of fact, here, let me give you some details. It's, in a time of conflict, a group of unlikely heroes band together on a mission to steal the plans of the Death Star, the Empire's ultimate weapon of destruction. This key event in Star Wars timeline bring together ordinary people who choose to do extraordinary things. And in doing so, become part of something greater than themselves. Classic, baby.
All I know
Classic.
is there's going to be X-Wing fighters, there's shooting and lasers, no lightsabers, but it's going to be dope.
Are you sure no lightsabers? Because I saw Darth Vader.
Yeah.
And also,
okay,
at this point, not all the Jedi are dead.
No.
He's still killing Jedis.
Hmm.
He's still going on a tirade.
Well, we'll definitely see. All I know is that you know what I'm excited for the most about this movie?
Yeah.
The new android robot we're gonna get.
Oh yeah, me too.
Yeah. I mean, it's voiced by Alan Tudyk, which is also Wash from Firefly. I don't know if you guys watch Firefly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude, dude's awesome. He was also King Candy.
K2SO,
Yeah, and K2SO is the name of the robot. I mean, also in the movie, obviously, Felicity Jones as Jyn Erso, which is gonna be dope. Also, blah blah love interest with Diego Luna. I mean, I don't know if it's a blah blah love interest. I think it is, but I don't know for sure. He's a good-looking dude. What do you think? I think they're gonna end up together.
I've been trying to avoid any type of information, anything like that, just because I want to go with a fresh mind with it to see how I feel with that.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree, especially because there's so much of the Star Wars universe that we don't know yet. Like, all of the old canon that was thrown away, but like they're creating an entirely new universe. Like, there's so many things that we're just like, we can be surprised. I think I can still be surprised by a Star Wars film. Like, it's not so predictable, but it can be, just because I know in this film Darth Vader's not gonna die.
Mm-hmm.
So he's.
But
like,
on top of that, I mean, the Star Wars universe is like so freaking vast, and I mean, even in the movies, there's only so much that they touch on in the inner galaxy. So I think there's a lot of things we don't know about the Star Wars universe.
Oh, definitely.
Or about, the capabilities of a lot of these rogue fighters too.
Do you think they're gonna show the Jedi Temple? That's one thing.
That would be cool.
I'm interested in watching, because definitely, I mean, from Force Awakens, you know how they're saying that Luke went to go find the last piece of the Jedi Temple and stuff like that. I hope they show something towards that. That would be amazing. Try to open that the world of the Jedis, because the movie doesn't explain it much. The more information you get about Jedis is on Clone Wars, the animated series.
That's the most that we ever see Jedis on screen. Like, in every other film, there has only been 2 or 3 ever at a time.
Yeah.
And like, so this will be interesting if they don't kill them off before the film. I really hope they keep some Jedi just to see them die. That sounds really messed up, but I want to see them on screen.
I definitely want to see like the massacre that Darth Vader goes on.
And actually, Darth Vader has to kill somebody in this movie. I want to see just badass Darth Vader killing somebody. I just want to see him just go full on rage.
I want to see a rookie Darth Vader. I want to see him like struggling, like No, but
we got that already from the original versus Obi-Wan. It was just basic.
We're also talking about we're talking about Anakin Skywalker here. We're talking about he's already like the greatest Jedi.
Exactly.
Yeah, no. What I'm saying is like I want
to see.
I just want to see him like. I just want to see him like not so refined in his fighting. I want to see him kind of. I want his combat to be like really like not so technical and like with the
just more like slasher film, like just swinging that bad boy.
He's got like that Zorro approach to it. I mean, I want to see some. I just want to see the combat and how it's not so like mature, like an immature Darth Vader fight.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
I mean, we already got that.
Like he's still getting used to his suit and all that.
Yeah. Because he's all jacked up underneath too.
Yeah.
That's got to play into effect somehow. Like,
I mean, even the trailer, you see him coming in. He has that hand like.
Oh yeah, what's up with that? Yeah, he's got like a little weird like claw motion. It was great.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was like.
Yeah, he just comes in.
Yeah. It's definitely going to be interesting. I mean, I don't know too much about Diego Luna. The only film I remember, and I was just seeing, is that he was the voice of Manolo in The Book of Life. I don't know if you guys ever saw that one.
Great movie. I love that movie.
Yeah, it was really good. Oh, the animation is great.
Yes. All I know is that Channing Tatum was in it, and I didn't see it. That was it.
Channing Tatum.
Yeah, actually, great.
It wasn't his. He's a good actor. Yeah. I'm okay with him, but I didn't want to see it.
Oh, you gotta watch it. It's
like
good.
I didn't want to pay for a ticket.
It's a fun movie.
Is it?
It's a fun movie. It's a really well done.
It was like Dia de los Muertos.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Just a bunch of skulls and like floating ghosts.
I mean, it's no Kubo, but I mean, it's definitely. Really
Didn't see Kubo either.
Another interesting character they're gonna have is actually Ip Man, right?
Oh yeah,
Donnie.
Yeah.
He's what is it? Chiru Imwe?
Is he blind?
He's blind.
He's blind,
and he has a bow staff.
Yeah. See, that looks dope.
He's gonna mess people up.
Yeah,
and he's okay. So they didn't specify by the trailers that we've seen that he's like got like he's force sensitive.
Yeah,
I mean that's got to be a contributing factor. But yeah, no, it's gonna be cool just to see a blind man beat a bunch of people up. I mean, I mean we've seen that in Daredevil, but in Star Wars we haven't seen that. So that's gonna be cool.
That's very true. There's a lot of like I guess you could say fighting styles of like or attributes of fighting that we haven't seen in Star Wars.
Yeah.
And I think this is a good way of bringing like other elements of fighting and all that into a universe that was predominantly is just lightsaber battles. So
and then we get some gun action.
Now, yeah, we see
got
gun
a little
action,
Han Solo, like
now we're gonna see another side to it.
I want to see. Yeah, that's gonna be cool. And also, I'm like, his staff must be some sort of blast resistant. Like, it's gonna have to deflect some not bullets. They don't have bullets in Star Wars. The force blasts. What do you call those? Death ray emitting.
You're on your own on this.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, that.
Yeah.
The guns. They don't throw metal out of the ends. Well, anyways. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I just want to see the KS2O. I think it's KS2O, or is it K2SO? K2SO. Yeah, I just want to see another robot that we fall in love with, just because we like robots. We like robots more than people at this point.
And what's interesting to me, and one question that I do have, and and maybe someone out there might know a little bit more on this subject, but I know that they do have Saw Gerrera.
Oh, yeah.
From Star Wars Rebels.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah,
he's an existing character in Rebels?
Yeah, he's an existing character in Rebels, right? So
does he look like Forrest Whitaker?
Well, I mean, a lot younger, maybe. He doesn't.
What about Ahsoka? Do you think she's going to come out?
That's the question that I'm posing is, we have characters from Star Wars Rebels. Obviously, we know that Star Wars Rebels is canon.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there is a scene in the last season of Rebels where Darth Vader and her are fighting in like a temple, and it kind of fades to like an ominous black, an ominous. It gives you the sense that she didn't make it.
Mm-hmm. Well, in this movie, I feel like we're not going to see too much of that. I think the main focus, since it's really about Jyn Erso and her journey of like getting it, it's gonna feel more like a heist kind of movie where she's like trying to sneak around the Death Star or something like that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, what do you think? I mean, I think that she's gonna be sneaking around. There was an image where she's like in black, like it looked like the Death Trooper armor. Like maybe she threw on the armor one time just to get around. She's like, hey, by the way, I'm one of y'all. Don't look at me.
Yeah.
That'd be cool, but I don't think there's gonna be a lot of lightsaber stuff. But if Darth Vader's in it, which is going to be played by, yes, tell me, is it Hayden Christensen?
No, it's Spencer Wilding or something like that. Wilding.
That's who is playing Darth Vader?
Well, the guy who's doing it is this.
Oh, at least the
this
body.
bloke, the body.
Oh,
But I think
okay.
it's still still going to be voiced by.
Because even at the end of the third episode, they changed the voice from Anakin or from Hayden to the classic. I forget his name.
Yeah, it's Earl Jr.
Yeah.
Earl Jones.
Yeah.
Earl Jones.
James Earl Jones. That sounds right.
Yeah.
Let us know if I got that wrong. You probably will. So
Call him a fake fan.
call me a fake fan in the comments right there. I guess another thing we didn't talk about is why we're wearing this.
Well,
We failed to mention. We just jumped into Star Wars, but yeah, it's
Because we're excited!
It's Christmas time, but it's also Disney time.
Yeah.
So
And it's a Disney property now. So
we're talking about.
sponsoring Disney.
Hey, if
Turn on the light, Husky. Go ahead and give him a little,
Oh, okay.
give him a little light show.
there's a little light show. Wow. Oh, sick.
Well, the reason we're wearing these is because it's December 10th today.
Yeah, December 10th. So we
December
figured
10th,
why
so
not
yeah,
just throw it on.
Get a little festive.
Yeah, we like the holidays a lot.
And we love Disney a lot.
We love Disney. We love everything Disney owns. Unfortunately, we're just making them richer and richer with all of our hard-earned cash. We're just throwing it all down the drain. Oh, speaking of giving money to Disney, Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Oh yeah.
That's gonna be
That's right, baby.
the movie we've been waiting for since the announcement that Sony was going to give us a little taste of Spider-Man for Civil War.
Yeah.
This movie is the culmination of everything we've worked hard for as fans, which we didn't really do much.
Yeah,
but
we didn't really
we just
do it.
cried a lot.
We did cry.
And
We
dude,
love nasty comments.
all right, initial thoughts. What'd you think about the trailer? The first real trailer we got.
I loved it.
Yeah.
It's just going back to the classics, the whole webbing, between his squirrel flying squirrel kind of thing, webbing.
I have
Love
something
it.
to say about that, but
Yeah.
keep going.
No, I just thought it was amazing. Really looking forward to it. It's gonna be a whole different, take on Spider-Man. Just hopefully they don't go back to the whole Ben dying. I think we already got the point. He dies, he gets shot.
No, he did.
So
He
did.
did.
So we don't need that right now. We don't need that. We don't need no flashbacks. So I just hope they don't focus on that and just get to Peter Parker trying to be an Avenger, trying to prove himself. So
Good analysis. What do you think?
One thing that maybe it's too early to point to, address the elephant in the room.
Don't just say what you think.
Iron Man, Tony Stark, right?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
What I don't want for this movie to do is to focus on Tony Stark.
Tony Stark. Oh.
Okay, so I think that for the fans that love Tony Stark and seeing how much Robert Downey Jr. has made Disney, I think that it's a smart move on the execs' part.
Yeah.
And I think that plot-wise, it'll be helpful and useful.
Yeah.
But I also don't want to see too much of him, but I know that he's going to be important because he's going to be like the mentor.
Well, yeah, he's
or
the one
like
that gives him the iron suit, and that's
I do
one way to bring that
I do
in.
understand that, but I mean, he doesn't have to be in the movie so much. I mean,
Yeah.
look, Hank Pym gave the new guy who's played by Paul Rudd.
Scott Lang.
Yeah, Scott Lang. He gave him the suit, and he was in the movie, but it wasn't.
He was in the movie a lot.
But it wasn't enough to take the spotlight away
Oh, okay.
from Lang.
I see
right?
what you're saying.
Same
now.
thing.
He was.
Look at and he didn't need. That's a standalone character film. He didn't need Tony Stark or anything like that. He didn't need a lot of these characters. Spider-Man is a big enough character that I don't think it constitutes the need of Tony Stark. I mean, yeah, he can give him the suit, but I think a lot of this has to be just mostly character building and world building.
Well, we're still gonna get him.
Spider-Man
We're
universe.
still gonna get him, and we're gonna get, I think, a good amount. I think he'll be back burner, to be honest. I think he just appeared in the trailer a lot because that's gonna excite more people. Because that's further cements. Hey, this Spider-Man is in the MCU. There's so many cool nods that I was looking into the trailer, and I was just like, you know what? There's even little details in that car scene where Tony and Peter are talking that you can tell, like, you know how he's always got like 1,000 different shades or whatever, but like there's a point where like he turns and you can see like a bruising on his eye.
Oh, yeah?
So that matches
From
up.
Civil War.
That matches up from the timeline in Civil War. So
nice.
So you can so you can tell that like this movie is gonna be before, during, and after Civil War. Like it's gonna have a time shift. I think. I don't think it'll be that much before, but it'll definitely be during and after Civil War.
What I am surprised of, not surprised, what I'm excited about for Tony Stark in this film. Now that what I was talking about was what I hope it doesn't become. But what I do like about the film and Tony Stark and what I hope they do, focus on is just that relationship between him and Peter. Because I mean, it's hilarious. I mean, and they have really good chemistry.
They do.
Look at that, just that scene alone where it's like Tony Stark's like, "All right, kid," and then he goes like that, and then
he thinks it's a
Peter
hug.
thinks it's a hug. He's like, "No, I'm not a hug. I'm just opening the door for you."
Even he had that bewildered. He had that bewildered look, like, "Wait, is he really gonna hug me?" And he's just like, "Oh, okay, yeah, I got it." That was a nice touch. I like that. Okay, one thing I'm gonna say we haven't talked about, like the whole trailer, but like, they kind of. Well, okay, so in the trailer, they show his friend, right? A little slightly overweight, of maybe Asian descent boy. I forget his name in the movie, but they kind of ripped from Ultimate Spider-Man, and they threw Genki in there. They changed his name, they changed a lot of stuff, but if you think about it, that's Genki, which is Miles'
friend, yeah.
Miles Morales' friend.
Yes.
Think about it. Loves Legos. All right, he had a Lego Death Star that he dropped. All right, loves Star Wars. A lot of Star Wars things in that room. Yeah. And then 3, aesthetically he looks similar.
Actually, you know what? To be honest,
I think
you're
they
right. Yeah,
repurposed.
Because as I was watching the trailer too, I was kind of getting that sense that it's Miles Morales' friend. One thing I do want to say, I don't know if you guys, anybody got that little small hint where they at the end where they show Spider-Man and Iron Man flying in, swinging in together.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know where that comes from? From the Carnage,
Maximum Carnage?
No, just Maximum, the Carnage issues. There's one where Spider-Man and Iron Man are fighting against Carnage, and that's the same image of the cover variant. Yes. Yeah. So that kind of makes me hint: is Carnage going to come out next, or is it going to be some kind of like little hints that he will be the next villain on the next movie?
If they get Carnage, then they have to get Venom.
Oh, definitely.
And if they get Venom, then we have to have some sort of space launch.
Oh yeah.
So. That's like, I feel like that's either second or third film installment. I don't think it'll be, it won't, I don't think we'll see any Carnage or even Venom
by the end of soon, because we already got the other movies, we already got those type of enemies,
we're eventually,
so hopefully we just get this done and go quickly and introduce the newer ones. Like actually, Michael Keaton, I think he's going to be a great Vulture.
Dude,
I'm
he
really
looks
excited
great.
about that. Yeah,
he looks great, and you know what's actually good is that he actually, with the helmet on, he kind of looks scary.
Yeah,
like he looks kind of terrifying.
Yeah,
like to the point where you're like, this guy actually looks like a villain. Like all these other ones, they look like kind of clowns, and like, no pun intended or anything, but like, especially like Goblin. The last Goblin we got from Amazing Spider-Man, I was disappointed.
Yeah,
it was just like, man, you could have looked way better. He looked like crap. He acted like crap as Goblin. He was a good Osborn. Was it Harry? Harry Osborn.
Harry Osborn.
I was gonna say Norman, but that's the dad. Well, that it would be cool to see any goblins, but I don't think we're gonna get that yet.
I think we've seen a lot of just the Green Goblin itself, so we want to see new stuff.
We've seen too many of them, yeah.
And actually, did you guys notice that little hint? That Michael Keaton being Vulture, Birdman, kind of get it. Yeah.
So it's Batman, like Birdman, Vulture.
Yeah,
it's like
Birdman, Vulture. Yeah,
like Birdman was the perfect in between these two movies, because it's like that's the transition. You go from this to that, and it's great. Liz Allen is in this movie, which we've never seen before on the big screen, but again from Ultimate Comics, Liz Allen was Peter Parker's one of potential love interests. So I actually don't think that Liz Allen's going to be who he ends up throughout this movie. I think they're going to build up Zendaya's character.
Yeah.
And they're going to be like, oh, I hate you, but hey, I kind of like you now. And then eventually, oh, I really like you.
Yeah.
Relationships.
I see that come. Yeah, I see that happen.
But I like it, though. I like the high school vibe. I mean, we haven't even seen anything from the Tony Revolori's character. He's listed as Manuel. I think, which I haven't seen any characters from Spider-Man called Manuel.
No.
At least.
Not that we know of.
Yeah, nothing that we know. And they even hinted that he was going to be Flash Thompson. He's this tall. Okay. Tom Holland is like this tall. I mean, it's really a very small gap. I don't think he's going to be... I don't think so.
Yeah, but look what they did in the Sony Spider-Man films. They had, what's his name? The guy from That 70s Show playing...
yeah.
That's Brock.
Terrible pick. Oh, God.
Yeah,
you know, we don't talk
about Spider-Man 3.
Hey, well, yeah, Spider-Man 2.
We just don't talk about those first 3 movies.
Hey, Spider-Man 2 is like one of the best superhero films of all time.
I just like to forget.
No, Spider-Man 2.
The first Spider-Man.
Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 2.
That one actually, I will say,
amazing.
It was great. It was more amazing than Amazing Spider-Man 2.
So it's funny because like Ned Leeds. So Ned Leeds. Well, I don't get who is the little Peter's friend.
That's his name, Ned Leeds.
Ned Leeds.
Yeah, that's Genki 2.0.
But Ned Leeds is a character in Spider-Man before that.
Yeah, but he's like some other guy. He
becomes the Hobgoblin.
Oh yeah,
he's brainwashed into becoming the Hobgoblin.
I think they're doing the classic MCU thing where they kind of mash up a couple characters. Like in Ant-Man, Yellow Jacket, the villain.
Yeah.
Yellow Jacket was actually one of Ant-Man's personas.
Yeah.
So they kind of got that, and then they just were like, hey, okay, you're a villain now.
Yeah.
And then you're another character. So that's what I think they're doing here.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens.
I think people like Genki a lot from Ultimate with Miles Morales. Like, they like that dynamic duo.
Yeah.
So I think that's why they threw it in this one. And it makes sense because it's like we've already seen a lot of the other relationships. And now he's in high school younger than ever. So it's going to be a great dynamic one. And it's also going to be... It's going to be fun because he's like a nerd. He's like a real nerd. He can connect to a lot of the fan base. Just by mentioning Star Wars a ton, like, he probably will at least 3 times. He'll say something like, oh, Han shot first, or, you know, one of those, typical nerd things. It's going to be good. I mean, he's got a Lego Death Star, so that's kind of cool.
One thing that I think we're going to see in this movie is the scope of the strength of this Spider-Man.
Oh, dude, this Spider-Man. I mean, the last.
He was strong in the Civil War.
In
Civil War, he took a punch from Winter Soldier, and he was just like, bink, and it's like, oh, dope, like it was nothing.
Winter Soldier is juiced. He's got the juice, and he's got a metal arm, so he's got the swinging power, and he just nothing.
And we saw Captain America. What did Captain America drop on him? Was it like a?
It was like a freight
truck. Yeah, like a freight truck that he dropped on him, man.
And then in this movie, the last scene, he's holding a ferry together, right? Like, we gotta see how.
I just hope he doesn't do that same face as Tobey Maguire does on the train.
Yeah. Oh, one other thing though. We're gonna see a lot more masked Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of the reason why they ripped off his mask in the other ones, you can see a lot more emotion. But with this Spider-Man, the eyes, the focal kind of lens looking eye
Thanks
thing.
to Tony Stark.
That's exactly thank you, Tony Stark.
That's what I like. I do like how the eyes, like in the comics, how they do move.
It's like even in the opening scene when he busts those.
You're not the real Avenger.
Yeah, he was like, you're not the real Avenger.
Gave it away.
So many good little things that were thrown in there. Like that scene, like the Thor mask. People were talking about how the Thor, it's funny that the mask has a helmet.
Yeah. When,
in the films,
Thor
has never worn the helmet on Earth.
I know, which is kind of sad because the helmet's kind of dope.
Yeah. It's a dope helmet. I was like, why are you going to go into battle, against, say, Ultron and the bots, and not have it on?
Maybe we'll see it in Ragnarok.
Ooh, Ragnarok. So many good things coming soon. Next year, we're going to get a lot of good stuff. We're going to get... Homecoming. We're going to get Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
I mean, there's going to be great movies, especially Disney and Pixar. There are going to be a lot of releases, Incredibles.
Oh my god, Disney, you have all my money now. You have all my money. I mean, if you started owning Monster Energy, then you would have all of my money.
You would have my whole heart. It's all yours.
It's like 80% of my my money just straight to you.
Legit.
But yeah, man, I really am hopeful. I mean, Rogue One looks really interesting. I mean, it feels grittier just by looking at it. It doesn't have like such a cheerful like, oh, we're gonna save the galaxy. It's more like
like we have to save the galaxy.
Yeah, exactly. We're gonna save this galaxy.
Try,
It's like, you better not be slacking off, guys. Like, we gotta do some work. So that plus Spider-Man, I mean, we're not gonna see Spider-Man for when? Until July, June, May?
July 7.
July 7, yeah, or 17.
17 or something.
Yeah. So that's.
So we're only talking about it because they just released the trailer.
Oh my god, I can't wait! I just can't wait, man. I just want to see it now. I want it so bad. But I'll just rewatch Batman vs Superman or something.
So did you guys have you guys like checked out any of the new music that has dropped lately?
Well, I've been listening to a lot of the Childish Gambino's new album.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good. It's so soulful and stuff.
Bruno Mars, 24K Magic.
Oh yeah,
amazing. J. Cole just dropped his album. The
Weeknd
Weeknd just dropped his album. Well, not just, but
¿Qué más?
the Tech 9 just dropped an album.
Tech 9.
You know what I'm saying?
Tech 9.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff. Ab-Soul just dropped his album. Shout out to Solo.
You just mentioned a lot of hip hop.
Yeah,
and,
I did.
Rap.
I will say this first, that I am mostly like a hip hop, funk, neo soul.
You're a rap head.
Jazz. I am a hip hop head.
You're a rap head.
I really am.
You're hip hop.
But
you are so hip hop.
I love hip hop.
You hip and you hop.
So that's a lot of stuff I've listened to. I don't know if you listen to.
Oh man, I listen to everything with the exception of country.
I love John Mayer too.
And probably reggaeton.
Oh yeah. No.
Dance hall's okay, but yeah,
the DJ's got to be popping for.
It's got it's gotta be lit. But no, as far as music goes, I'm pretty open to. I listen to a lot of like acoustic and a lot of folk music sometimes when I'm feeling a certain type of way. And then just rock music is good, but new rock music, it's hard to find good rock music. But
that is true.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of a lot of old music, a lot of soul music, a lot of just
Michael Jackson,
little
King,
Michael Jackson. Oh man.
What about you? Well, Husky.
Well, yeah, I listen to anything, man. Yeah. Just my mind's open to all that stuff. I listen to Tribe. Yeah. You know,
tribal music. Was dope.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you talking about tribal?
Yeah. But Tribe too. But tribal music, you know, world music.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Tribe music. Like we're talking like drum circle and a fire pit. And just like.
Careful now. Careful.
Yeah. I listen to everything. You know, Moana's soundtrack is pretty dope. I really love that. That's what I have on repeat on my Spotify.
You listen to a lot of like Disney
show tunes.
Not just
I do, but
Disney show tunes.
I love
soundtracks.
Jazz. I don't like new age jazz. I do not like it for the life of me.
I like new age. I like new age.
I really like old school jazz. You know, Billie Holiday, Give Me Louie.
Yeah.
You know, Glenn Miller. I love Glenn Miller.
But you also have a lot of more funk nowadays. I mean, Stanley Clark Jr. Okay. I mean, you got a lot of.
No, even Childish Gambino's new album. It's so funk.
Isn't it so good?
But at the same time, I just feel like it's like a hit bash between 24K Magic, Bruno Mars. Well, there's still a big difference, but I just feel like it's the same type of feel.
I have Redbone played like back to back from Childish Gambino's new album. It's so really good. It's
California
soulful.
too. California's my favorite.
Oh yeah,
that one's my favorite song. Yeah.
That one's good. I also I like what is it? You and Your Mama.
Yeah, that's the main one.
The first one, the first track.
Yeah.
It starts off so good, and then it just builds, and you're like the whole time I'm like, what kind of hip hop am I gonna listen to? And then bam, not at all hip hop.
Yeah, no verse.
Do I feel that maybe funk is coming back?
Funk
Do you guys feel that? Yeah, funk is coming back.
Oh yeah, I think so. And I think a big pusher in the funk coming back. Bruno Mars, also Kendrick Lamar.
Dude, I love Kendrick Lamar. Everything he does, man. I listen to everything. It's so good.
You know, it's so good. I mean, look at how good the Untitled tracks were from Untitled Remastered, right?
Untitled, Unmastered.
Untitled, Unmastered. That album was better than most people's official body of work that they have put out in like the last 2 or 3 years. Like, it's great. It's good. It's good stuff.
Track 2. all these. I mean, his
The
mixtapes. The
instrumental.
Section 80 was a great mixtape that he dropped. Or was it considered an album? It was definitely. I heard it
The
on
what?
Spotify, so I don't know.
What?
Section 80.
Oh, Section 80.
Was it
Section
mixtape?
80 was dope. No, Section 80 was an album.
It was an album.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, at this point, I'm listening to both, so I don't know. I don't know if it's.
And what I like about now is that, like, and hopefully this trend continues, is more of the instrumental music coming back. That's what I like. I mean, don't get it wrong. I love, 808s and a lot of, these synthesized sounds and all that. But I do feel that instrument music should make more of a comeback.
Oh, it's coming back.
Yeah.
I mean, just look at how Bruno Mars performs with his band.
Yeah.
Like, man, that guy, props, man. He's a showman. He can dance. He could sing. I mean, he's just, well, actually, I guess that's the two things. But he can dance and he can sing well.
He can put on a show.
Yeah. He puts on a show.
His arrangements too, I gotta say.
His arrangements.
His
are nasty.
group, the Hooligans. They are so good dancers.
Yeah, Eric Sanchez.
They cut a rug.
Is the bad drummer.
Dude, and then his brother is the drummer. I mean, it's killer combo, man. They're all good. They're so talented. I mean, so I'm excited. I think that for a while people were like, "Oh, music kind of sucks now," but then it's like, "Hey, music is coming back. Like we're owning it." Like in this millennial generation, like
yeah, we really are.
We're coming back. We're back, baby. We're coming back. So yeah, that's a good.
But what do you guys listen to? I mean, you can.
Oh yeah, let us know in the comments what type of music you'd like, and
let us know what's on your playlist.
Recommend to us, because I'm always down to listen to new music, even if I've never heard.
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
Give
me
us
too.
His favorite band is ABBA, so his favorite song is Dancing Queen. That's his absolute favorite song.
He loves ABBA.
Don't do this. Don't do this to me. Not on camera, man. I can't handle this right now. Okay. God, I hate ABBA so. I'm sorry if you're watching this, ABBA, which you won't, but if you are, I'm sorry. I hate your music. It's not my cup of tea.
Correct. A good guy.
All
right. Well, I mean, I think that's it for the show. I think we should, wrap up.
All right, guys. We'll see you next time. Stay tuned for our upcoming videos. Goodbye.
Peace.
Latest. Well, where can they find you? Where can they find you on the internet?
Oh, they can find me right here.
Oh, Pop Dojo channel. Okay, that's good. I meant like on your social media.
Yeah, it's gonna be right here in the edit. So.
Okay, all right, cool. Well, then you can find me here as well on Twitter at Captain Grdo, on Instagram at Captain Grdo, on YouTube.
That's a lot of editing.
That's a lot of editing.
Please stop.
How about we just say
No.
all information is down below, and then you can follow us right there. Whoever you choose to follow.
We're new to this, guys. We don't know where we're gonna put the annotations. All right, here, there. Ooh, if every time I point, can you put one there?
No, just too much work.
Fine. All right, Husky. Where can they find you?
Down below, all our information will be there. So
can you at least say your Twitter handle?
I don't have Twitter.
Yes, you do.
I don't.
I have you on Twitter.
Yeah, and I haven't accepted you because my login doesn't let me go in. So screw Twitter right now. You can follow me at Instagram, Snap, and Facebook.
Yeah. Okay, sure. Yeah, just Twitter and Instagram for me. And YouTube. We check these comments, so send them out. Send us suggestions if you have anything you want us to talk about. We're always open. So. Again, I have been Grdo. Okay, fine. Goodbye.